Hi there, today we're going to discover how you can deploy Apache Drill quickly and easily in the cloud using no command line. Anssr by Spicule helps make it simple for you to start your data discovery journey today. As you can see here, we're on the jujucharms.com website, which is a service provided by Canonical, and we're going to have a quick search in the new model looking for the Zookeeper bundle. Which underpins most scaled out Apache Drill installations. Here's the charm, and so we're now going to put it on the canvas and then click the deploy button. And you can see that I'm naming my model to drill demo, clicking on my Amazon credentials, importing my SSH keys, and then I'm just going to hit the deploy button down the bottom to check for the changes being made. And there we go. Let's hit deploy. And you can see now that the product is doing its thing and it's going to start spinning up a Zookeeper server. Now the Zookeeper machine has started, you can see the public address. We will go and have a look for the Apache Drill charm, which you'll find in the charm store. A charm is just a piece of software that the platform knows how to deploy, and we're going to select the drill plan, and then again you can see the Apache Drill charm on the canvas. Let's go and check a few settings, ensure that the support plan is in place. Then we're going to select the units, and of course one thing that we want to be able to do in certain periods of time is obviously run drill scaled out, which this platform is excellent for. Currently we'll just stick to one, and you can see that it's going to deploy onto Xenial. We shall hit the auto place button. Then we're going to go in, because we want to deploy it on a certain type of machine. We want, in this instance, to have more than 16 gigs of RAM. So if I type in 16,000 and then hit the deploy button, that means that the platform will go away and look for a virtual machine that fits this constraint. And so instead of installing on a 4 GB RAM machine, we're going to put it onto a beefier box, which would obviously allow us to crunch large volumes of data in a more efficient manner. So you can see the Zookeeper charm is now installing its charm software, so that's making some progress, and you can see Apache Drill is once again waiting for its machine. And so we'll just fast forward through this a little bit, but allow you to see what goes on. So Zookeeper comes from the Big Top packages, and so that's directly upstream from Amazon Platform. And so now that the charm's installed, we're going to configure Apache Drill. Of course, this is all automatic. Under the hood, it's configuring the configuration files, putting the right bits and pieces so the drill node can find Zookeeper quickly and easily. We'll just flip back to the canvas now. You can see how these are both now turned grey because they've been deployed. And what we want to do, of course, is be able to see the user interface for Apache Drill. So we'll hit the expose button, which will open a firewall in Amazon Web Services and then allow us to click on the link. And you can see we have our first drill node up and running. We haven't typed anything into the command line. It's all been nicely graphically driven. And with little effort, we have a distributed Apache Drill server ready to interrogate. Just checking, you can see there that the constraints have been in place, and so it's got a 16 GB virtual machine in terms of RAM storage. And of course, you can adjust that to have bigger disk, more CPU cores, depending on what type of machine you're wanting to deploy. So next up, we're just going to have a look at the configuration. You can see there's two settings in here. One is basic auth and one is basic security authentication. So what we want to do, you don't necessarily want to have your drill server exposed to the public-facing internet without any security. So what we've done inside the drill charm is allowed for charm administrators to add users to the platform using a simple juju run action command, which will in turn run a command on your remote server, adding users in this case to the platform. So we do juju run action and we provide a username and password, and that will install the user on the box. Type those commands in. Right, now if we go to query, because we want to be able to set my user that I've just created, my bug user, to be an administrator on the system, we're just going to alter the system settings. And we do security, admin, users, equals, and then we're going to add my username in and just execute that query. This just updates Drill's internal settings quickly and easily. Now back in the configuration setting, we can now enable the authentication block and then hit save changes and deploy. This will obviously go and update the drill configuration settings automatically. It will put that stuff in place and then restart drill. In the background, you can see that it's turned yellow just to prove that it's making some changes. Restart drill in the background, this time coming up hopefully with authentication enabled. There we go. You can see now there's the login button that wasn't there before. And I can type in my username and my ABC123 password, hit the login button, and amazingly, I am logged into the platform. So you can see we've deployed Drill, we've connected it to Zookeeper, we've deployed a Zookeeper, and we've enabled authentication on the service itself, and we've yet to actually type anything into command line, which isn't too shabby. Next, we're going to look at scale out, and so if you want a Zookeeper quorum, then you need 3 as a minimum. So we're going to put 2 more units in place. And also, you want to scale out drill. If you've got it backed onto Hadoop or whatever, then I want to have scaled out drill. So I'm going to auto place my units. You can see they've been added to the drill demo model there. And then I hit deploy and away it goes. And it will spin up my machines and start configuring them. As you can see now, all these units have turned yellow because they're ready for operation. They're just finishing up, but they're basically ready. I'll just refresh there. Now you can see instead of 1 drill unit, I now have 3 drill units ready and waiting to answer my queries. So these will just continue configuring themselves. You can see the Zookeeper nodes are obviously processing their connections, so they're aware of each other. And the drill nodes are just setting their own configuration options. Obviously, we've enabled security. They need to know about the different Zookeeper nodes that are kicking around. And we'll just log back in here. Bug and ABC123 in this instance. Hit the login button. Let's just check that a query works. That. Paste that in there, hit submit, and there you go. You can see a fully functioning multi-node drill cluster, and the only command line stuff we did was adding users to the platform. So that is drill by Anssr.